Welcome to episode 2 of Called to Help. I am your host, Jennifer Cook, and I am so excited to have you back on today's podcast in which I talk about the best SEO course for photographers. And I really wanted to talk about this particular course/mentorship because I have been taking it throughout this year, and I really wanted to give you my honest advice as to why I really like this course and recommend this mentorship program to other wedding photographers and family photographers. So why am I making this particular episode about this SEO course, and why is it on my Called to Help podcast? So it's actually a very simple answer, and it's basically because I want to help other photographers understand how to set up their business for success in the long run. And this can actually be applied to both service-based businesses and some online businesses, because SEO is one way to set yourself up for success with your online website for the long term in business. And if Called to Help is really a place in which I help other people throughout their business journey and in life, then I really want to share with you what I have done to help my business succeed in the long term, while also making it work better for my life and like our family. So that's what today's episode on Called to Help podcast is going to be about. And I just want to thank you for being here and supporting this podcast. And I hope that this episode is very, very helpful to you. And if this is something that you are looking into, if you are really wanting to boost your SEO or really just start your SEO journey for your business, then this episode is going to be the perfect place for you to start that journey. And I really hope that this information helps you and it encourages you that there is a way forward in business with SEO. So where was I in business before I did this SEO mentorship? So I'm gonna be honest with you, I really wasn't ranking on Google like at all. And it's really because I truly did not know like all the things that SEO entailed. Like, I guess maybe I thought, oh yeah, you must you try to rank it on Google for some keyword. But I was one of those photographers who thought that I needed to put tons of different keywords on the same page. So for example, I would be putting on my homepage on my website, my old website, I was on Squarespace, and I've now switched over to a Show It template that I've totally redesigned. So that's a whole nother story. But so on Squarespace with my website on my homepage, I literally was almost like keyword stuffing, you could call it, in which I was basically it's one of my headers. I don't even know which header it was because I didn't understand headers and why they were important about SEO. I didn't understand any of these things before I started this SEO mentorship program. And I was literally saying okay, so I am a wedding photographer who serves Franklin, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Richmond, Virginia, Lynchburg, Virginia. I literally think I was putting 3 to 4 different locations on one page on my website, which is a huge SEO no-no because Google reads that and sees it and thinks, I have no idea what they're trying to rank for because they got too many different locations here. And so Google basically was just okay, I'm gonna forget about you because this is awful. Your homepage, nothing's good. I don't understand. Google did not understand what I was trying to tell it because I didn't understand what I was trying to tell Google to do with my website at all. So I was killing my website SEO-wise before this program because I just didn't know any better. I really think that, it's hard to figure out SEO on your own because there are so many different things that go into it. But once you do take a course or mentorship that really walks you through the process of SEO, because that's really what SEO is. It's a process. It's not just put in some keywords and then there you go, you're done. That is, I would say 1 out of 1,000 steps with SEO, literally. So I really had to start from base 1 with this mentorship course. But the great thing about this mentorship course I took was that it really did start me at the base level. It starts you where you're at. It also, every person who joins this course, this mentorship program, it's still the same process for all of them. But if you are further along your SEO journey, then the people who help me, they'll work with you where you're at depending on like where you are in your SEO journey. And that was really important to me, to have that one-on-one help, like mentorship. Because again, it wasn't just a course where I just watched videos. That was part of it. Like, they did have this massive course with so much information. I describe it as it probably would have taken me the next 3 to 5 years of my photography career to figure out on my own everything that this course taught me in 3 months. So that's kind of like the huge perk to working with this company, is because they continually work to make this mentorship program better and better. And even since I've joined, they've added some stuff to it that's even like helped me further. And that's been like, it's just been really cool and so helpful. And I really appreciate just how much work they put into making it the best possible SEO mentorship course that you can take online, in my opinion. So where was I in business before doing this SEO mentorship? So I was basically typing my website into a whole bunch of Facebook groups, and I was basically booking probably 75% of my weddings through Facebook groups. And I think that's how a lot of photographers start, but it's not where I want to stay for the rest of my career, because Facebook groups can be a place where it can be a place where like lower budget clientele like hang out, because that can be a place where you find all the newer photographers, who are offering deals. And so that's why I started out, because we all have to start out somewhere. But I knew I wanted to build something like involving my website that would be more sustainable long term, because I want to keep my photography business going for the long term. And I have other like goals in my photography business. Like, I really enjoy different parts of education and like helping other people learn from what I've done. And so I knew that I needed to build a place online for me to, be able to advertise my photography services, while also building a place where I can share with, other people who want to do this, other photographers, other entrepreneurs, even what they want to do in their business. Like, I want to share with them the tools I've done or used to build a business the way I've built it. There are some ways that can be done through Facebook groups. That is still a part of it, but you really need like an online presence that has a strong authority on Google in which to build that in the long run. So I knew that I needed to do some type of SEO mentorship course that was going to help me get there. And SEO is it is a long-term game, but this course and mentorship really helps to speed that process up, because they tell you really exactly what you need to do in order to rank faster on Google. And what's really cool about this SEO course/mentorship program is that they help you to rank on the first page of Google within 30 to 90 days. And that's because they've seen a lot of success with their students actually ranking on the first page of Google for the specific keywords within that 30 to 90 days. Sometimes for some people it can happen faster, some people it doesn't happen as quick. But gonna be honest with you, it all depends on how much work you put into it, like that within that first 30 days. Now, I will say that I built an entirely new website within that 30 to 90 day period. And so it did take me a little longer to rank than I had initially thought it would. But I also went into it thinking if it takes me a little longer to rank, it's okay, because at least I'm doing it. I'm not waiting 5 more years until I'm trying to do this. I am doing it now, taking the hard steps now, and I'm also trying to rank a website that I just built, basically. So I went from Squarespace website to a Showit website, but I do prefer Showit so much because the SEO capabilities on Showit, in my opinion, are a lot better than Squarespace. Although I will say that within this course's mentorship, they do help people to rank with Squarespace websites, and they're able to do it just fine. And so, if you have a Squarespace website and you like it and you want to stay with it, they will help you to rank that website as well. So I'm not saying you have to switch. I just wanted to switch to Showit because I liked how it looked better and how the overall platform felt over Squarespace. I also really liked the blogging capabilities on Showit because it's connected to WordPress. I didn't really like the Squarespace blogs as much. But this course teaches you that you actually don't have to blog all the time to rank on Google, which, because a lot of photographers think they have to blog all the time to rank on Google, but that is not the only way to do it. And in fact, this course teaches that you don't have to blog all the time to rank on Google. And while they do encourage some blogging for some particular things, you don't have to blog all the time. And a lot of people in this course rank without blogging barely at all. So after being in this mentorship, where am I now in business? So first of all, my website is sitting on like page 2 of Google for my specific keywords I've been working to rank it for. But I am this close, like so close to making it to the first page of Google for my keywords, I've heard that once you reach page 1 of Google for your keywords, that's kind of when the floodgates open of like inquiries, like wedding inquiries, family session inquiries. And that's really because people who are searching for your particular services, they don't really go past the first page on Google that much. Like sometimes they might, but it's more so that people are going to inquire with people they find on the first page of Google. And so I kind of anticipate that hopefully within the next month or 2, I will bump up to first page for my keywords, and then I'll start getting like more inquiries. And I've already seen a lot of success in just being on even like the second page of Google for my keyword. And that's because I've had some other like photography companies reach out to me about associate shooting under their company. So I've actually booked some associate shooting gigs because I had a better like Google presence for my website with photography. And I'll say I know so much more about SEO and just everything it entails and all the things you have to do in order to rank on Google than I did before. Like I feel like where I was a year ago is completely different than where I was this year. Like I almost consider this like a master's program in like marketing, basically like an SEO marketing, because it was just so much of intense, important information that helped me to get to where I am today. And I really appreciate the people for helping me do this. Now, if you want to see more about this SEO mentorship and kind of what it entails, and you want to just like understand more about what you'll be learning in it and how it will help you in your business, then you can join Jeff Armstrong's free Facebook group called Easy SEO for Wedding Photographers. Although I will say that he does actually help family photographers as well. And to be honest, I bet he could definitely help other niches of photography, because the concepts are the same with what he teaches. Jeff knows how to watch what happens in the Google algorithms to see what changes he needs to help you make on your website to help you to rank. Like there's very specific things he had me do, and I basically went into it thinking like, I'm going to do what Jeff tells me to do, and I'm going to trust that his way is going to definitely be better than my way of trying to rank. And if you go into it with that mindset, just being like, okay, like I'm going to trust that he's going to help me with my rankings, and I need to listen to what he tells me to do, and I need to make those changes. That's how you're going to see success. And really it just takes a lot of perseverance and hard work and just following the steps that they've laid out for you in the course and the mentorship. They also have weekly meetings. They actually have technically 4 weekly meetings, but they encourage you to go to just 3 of them. Like 2 of them are like the same meeting, so they say just go to 1 of them or whatever. But each of these like Zoom meetings are for you to ask questions and get help as you're going through the course. So it truly is a mentorship that lasts for 90 days. The thing that really helped me, trust that I was going to be able to do this well is that they basically said that if you don't get to the first page of Google within that 30 to 90 days, then we'll keep working with you at no extra cost until you do reach the first page of Google. And that was something that was really, really important to me, because I could see that they were dedicated to continuing to help me until I, reached the point that I wanted to get for what I was paying for. Other courses I've done in the past, I did not see the success I wanted to see, and it wasn't actually an SEO course, it was a different course. But I didn't see the success I had wanted and hoped to see, and they weren't going to keep working with me unless I kept paying them more money. And I was already this hasn't worked out the way I thought it would. So I basically was so the fact that this course, this mentorship, did have that promise that they keep working with me until I did see the success that I wanted to see, that was really what helped me to, want to do it, because I could see they were committed to seeing me succeed. And especially because they are another small business who really values seeing other people's success, and they know that if they keep helping other people succeed, then those people who succeed are going to bring more people to them. And so, which is kind of what I'm doing now. I'm telling you about them because they really do help you and help you to succeed in your business. And I think they are very different in this industry and very like one-on-one help, which is exactly what I needed. I needed a lot of one-on-one help to get me to where I am today. And so I really appreciated that from them. So I'm going to link Jeff's Facebook as well as the free group they have you can join to learn more about the SEO program that he does offer. I'll link like all the links in the description. That way you can go check it out for yourself, and you can just join his group and just kind of just like see what it's like and just gather more information. That's what I did. Like, I'll be honest, I followed him for at least 8 or 9 months before I actually joined his mentorship program. So I did a lot of research on seeing like other people's successes they've had, as well as like just watching what he was actually doing. And he was able to build that trust with me over time through that group. And that was what eventually got me to take the step in working with his team. So how did I get to where I am now, like today? So there were so many things that I did. A lot of them are little things, but they're important. There are some like bigger things you have to do, but just so many techniques that I've learned how to do that have helped me, rank on Google, but also other things I've learned that have helped me to start other areas of my business. So I guess I'll tell you this. So obviously this is my Called to Help podcast, but this course actually taught me like a really easy, great way in order to start my own podcast, and they're going to go over in the course some ways in which podcasting can actually help your SEO. And so that's something that you can look forward to learning from them. But that was something that really just, it was like, another perk on top. Like, okay, like they're going to help me with my SEO, but then I also learned how to do a podcast correctly, which I think is a really, really huge thing in the program that I learned. And there are so many other things within this course I learned. I wasn't going to go into tons of detail on all the things I learned about because there are just so many modules within the course, and that is very course specific. And so if you choose to work with them, that's when you're going to learn all that stuff. But I'm telling you, it is worth it, and it's going to help your business in the long run to have a more steady stream of inquiries throughout the years. Again, like, don't think of this as a 90-day, like I have to, it's 90 days and then it'll just be magical. You really should do everything you possibly can in that first 90 days within the course. That will help you to set you up for faster success. I was a little slower, which kind of funny because normally I do things fast. But I just had, when I was doing this course, I had a lot of my own weddings that I was photographing and some family sessions. And so it was just hard for me to keep up with everything that I was supposed to do. I really think that if you do focus on just getting everything done in that 90 days, you will see faster success than most people, I think. And that's really what Jeff and his team helps you to do, is reach faster like SEO ranking and success by working with them and their team. So what's the goal of all this? So obviously you want to book more weddings consistently. For me, I really only want to do 12 to 15 weddings a year, which means I probably only need to get maybe 80 to 100 inquiries a year consistently. And then, you book those 12 to 15 weddings that you want who are within your price point. And so maybe I'll take more weddings at some point, but I also do family sessions, and I really love photographing the families that we photograph, especially during fall busy season. We're actually coming up on that right now. It's mid-September right now, and October I have some family sessions I'm excited to do, but I also have 3 weddings in October. And so trying to balance it all. And so I didn't want to be that photographer who's going to do a wedding every single weekend, because then I felt like I couldn't also serve my families really, really well too. So I kind of decided that I really wanted to keep weddings at 12 to 15. That way I could serve each of my brides really well and give them that really high level experience. And so with that goal, I knew, okay, I just need to reach the first page of Google, preferably within spots 1 to 5 for my keyword. And then I am going to book those 12 to 15 weddings a year. Some probably through Google, some probably still through Facebook groups, and probably some word of mouth referrals as well. And I also sometimes do associate weddings under other photography companies too. I've recently started doing that this year, and kind of enjoyed that, just like working with other people. I think it's been fun. So like I could end up going over those 15 weddings per year if I'm doing some associate weddings, but I try to stay within 12 to 15 weddings for my own weddings. That way I can make sure I am serving my brides to the best possible extent. So yes, what do you need to do if you want to join this mentorship program with Jeff Armstrong and his team? So you need to go into it with perseverance and think of it like as, is this gonna be a lot of hard work? But there are going to be great rewards at the end of it. You have to think long term with it, because if you don't, you're gonna go into it feeling like this is a lot, and how am I gonna do this? But you just need to think of it like it's just like, it's college again, and you just gotta get everything done towards that final goal. And that's kind of how I went into it, but keep that final goal in mind of, okay, I'm going to rank on the first page of Google for my keyword, and then it's going to help me get more steady streams of inquiries, and I'm not going to have to live on Facebook groups for the rest of my life. And that's really going to help you, push you to succeed. And what's my honest advice about this SEO mentorship? So first of all, I definitely think it is the best in the industry, and I really wouldn't be making this video unless I really believed that it worked. And I think that it does depend on how much work you put into it, but I know that it is definitely worth it, and it's going to help you succeed in the long run within your business. I honestly think that if you said, oh, I'll do that in like 5 years, and 5 years from now, you're gonna be way further behind than you would have been if you had done it now. And I think that is the truth. This course really helps teach you ways in which you can further network with wedding vendors within your area. That way you can potentially even get on like preferred vendors list at venues, and you can connect with planners, like even florists, maybe videographers. They really teach you more techniques than just SEO, but what they do teach in the course is that SEO is it's more than just technical SEO. There are a whole bunch of more strategies that you can use that all tie into your overall website SEO and building authority on Google. And there's just so many things that I would have never known how to do if I had not, invested in the course and done it and just saw it through. And I mean, it's like I'm still working on stuff today. I'm still in the process of working on doing the things I need to do to hit that first page ranking. But I'm so close, and I'll be honest with you, like if I had not taken this leap and done this in January earlier this year, like entered the program in January, then I would be back where I was like last fall with like not knowing how I was gonna rank on Google. Like I honestly don't even remember if I was thinking about ranking on Google last fall. Well, no, I must have been, because I was following the free group he had on Facebook, so I was kind of like slowly learning about everything. But in my mind, the only way to book weddings was Facebook groups and going to like wedding expos, which I do think wedding expos, they can be helpful. I've made some good vendor connections through wedding expos, and I've also have booked some weddings through wedding expos. But I do think that building authority in your particular area on Google is a major thing you should be doing for your business. And they also teach you in the course how to rank for other like areas. So let's say that you're like, let's think of an example. Let's say that you are a photographer in Pennsylvania, but you also really want to photograph DC weddings or something like that. Like you can rank in DC for weddings. Now, and DC is a very competitive place to rank in, but again, this all depends on how much work you are willing to put into it, and really how badly you want to be on first page of Google is really what it comes down to. But DC is it's a really competitive place, but I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they've gotten people to the first page. I feel like they've even gotten people to like spot 1 on Google in some of these competitive markets. I know they did. They had one girl who got to spot 1 in New York City, and I don't know, just so much. They've had a lot of people had success in ranking and just people getting on first page. And I really like how Jeff and his wife, Michelle, are just very honest people who just want to help other people. They are also wedding photographers who have shot a lot of weddings. They did a lot of like black tie formal weddings, that was like their niche in wedding photography land. And now they actually have 3 kids, and it's just like fun to watch their family grow and succeed in their life. And then basically one day Jeff was told, like, you're really good at this SEO thing, like you should like teach about this. And that's what started this SEO mentorship program. And he's been able to help a lot of people, learn how to rank on Google through this program. And so, I'm glad he did, because if not, I'd still be a little stuck. So definitely worth checking out his free Facebook group to really learn about, more about what he offers and how he can help you in your business. Okay, so what would I tell someone if you were like on the fence about joining this mentorship or not? So I would tell you to take the dive and do it, because that's what Daniel and I decided to do. We decided to take the dive and do it because I trusted Jeff that he would really be able to help me do this. And another thing, I'll say this too, but I also just had this trust that it's what the Lord wanted me to do in my business. And I had taken other business giant steps before that hadn't worked out so well. But really, the values that Jeff stood for and how he wanted to help me is what really helped me to want to do it. He has a similar belief system to what I have, and so that actually helped me to trust him more. And just seeing that he really values and cares for people in their future success, that's really got me to want to invest and work with him and his team. And so it was basically a huge step of faith for me and Daniel to do, to be honest, because it was scary. And so it is going to feel scary at first, but now looking back, what I've been able to do just this year is so vastly different than what I did last year. Just so much. My online presence has skyrocketed and done so much better than in previous years. And I really think that I will continue just to see more SEO and business success in the future. And I think it's really going to help set Daniel and I up for, building a life and a family and a business that is more stable, and because of having that online presence. And also, I gotta be honest, this SEO course, it sets you up for success and possibly even starting other businesses and learning how to rank other businesses online for SEO. So if you ever want to start another business online, you can use the same the same information you use in this course to start a whole nother business, which I think is pretty cool. I just think overall it is so valuable, of course. And you should definitely go join his free Facebook group to check it out. So that's really what I wanted to talk about in today's Call to Help episode. So I just wanted to share with you a part of our business journey and what we've been working on really this entire year of 2024. So again, go click the link in the description of this video to go join his Facebook group and find out more. And yeah, and if you ever want to ask me other questions about this course, mentorship, what I did, you can send me an email, you can DM me on Facebook. If you have questions about my experience, more in-depth questions, I'm glad to be here and answer questions for you, as I know that can help further help you to make your decision in potentially working with their team. So I really hope this episode helped you today. I just want to thank you for being here. And if you are interested in seeing how I became a full-time wedding pro at age 23, then that video is going to be next.